Hello, I am Hsin-Yi Chang. I am going to discuss the topic of recycling used lead-acid batteries. Why do we need to recycle used lead-acid batteries? Starting in the 1980s, the federal government and state prohibited the disposal of lead-acid batteries due to this high toxicity. In 2021, the U.S. produced nearly 1 million metric tons of recycled lead. Almost all of that recycled lead was used to manufacture new batteries. Recycled lead is a valuable commodity for many people in the developing world, making the recovery of car batteries a viable and profitable business that is practiced in both formal and informal sectors globally. Recycle used lead-acid batteries health effects. Lead is a cumulative toxin that affects multiple body systems, including the neurological, hematological, gastrointestinal, cardiovascular, reproductive, and renal systems. Inappropriate recycling operations release considerable amount of lead particles and fumes emitted into the air, deposit onto the soil, water bodies, and other surfaces, with both environmental and human health negative impact. In developing countries, workers who recycle lead often don't have protective gear, leaving them vulnerable to respiratory disease and overexposure to lead. It is estimated that in 2015, lead exposure accounting for near 500,000 deaths and the loss of 9.3 million disability-adjusted life years. Due to long-term impact on health, the highest burden of the disease being in low and middle-income countries. And here are my interview questions. Question 1. Do you know the lead poison caused by informal recycling used lead-acid batteries? Question 2. Through the introduction video and reading, what do you think after learning more about it? And I will show them Pure Earth video on the YouTube and Pure Earth website. The final question is, do you have any suggestion for interventions? What if it is specific to your area of expertise? So the first person I interviewed is Johnny Xie. He is my high school classmate, and he is a student studying for a bachelor's degree in green energy and a master's degree in engineering in Taiwan. In his perspective, in the beginning, he didn't know the problem of lead poisoning caused by informal recycling used lead-acid batteries. And after the introduction, he believed that the informal recycling of lead batteries pose a health and environmental hazard that should not be underestimated, and that the continuation of this Pure Earth project will improve the quality of living of the local people. And the use of green energy technology point of view, he thinks informal recycling of lead batteries will produce emissions that will accelerate the warming of the planet. So he hoped to develop renewable energy to replace, such as fuel batteries. And the next person is Susan Zhang. She is my sister. She is a civil servant in Taiwan. She was first unaware of the issue of lead poisoning brought on by improper lead-acid battery recycling. And after the introduction, She felt sad for the people using this method to support their families without knowing the risk of it. Luckily, through education and modern technology, the situation changes and the health of the local children improves. Finally, to protect the local health and the environment, she felt informal recycling using lead-acid batteries should be banned gradually. As a civil servant, she thinks the authorities should announce the policy to standardize recycling use lead-acid batteries and offer free physical examination to the residents in the contaminated area every year. The last person is Kevin Yu. He is also my high school classmate. And now he is a network design engineer in the US. In the beginning, he didn't know the problem of lead poisoning caused by informal recycling used lead-acid batteries. And after the introduction, he learned the importance of education through the video. Due to the lack of knowledge about lead and method of processing used battery can cause several problems to the environment, more importantly to the human body. And his answer to the third question is, experts can teach local people the correct process of recycling used lead-acid batteries. With his expertise, he wanted to design a machine especially for the correct recycling of used lead-acid batteries. Let's move on final possible approach. It is divided into 3 parts: education, technology, and policy. And the most important lesson I learned from this interview is people in different areas of expertise will have different methods of intervention, and different perspectives can bring new ideas to environmental health work. And here are my references. Thank you.